Hi there, Shane here, and in this video, I'll walk you through building your first app with Shastra. So this is the page where you normally arrive when you click on create your first app. So once you log in um, and you complete all the formalities, email confirmation, etc., this is the app creation page. So it's quite easy, but I'll walk you through it regardless. I'll start with the app name. So let's call the app Back to Basics. So just to give you an idea, this is the website that I'm trying to convert. This is an e-commerce website for a business based out of India. So this is the website we'll try to convert. This is the mobile version. The app would look kind of similar, and once you convert it, you can publish it to the app stores. All right. So the next step is entering the website URL. It's quite simple. I'll just copy this here and I'll paste it here. Right. The next option is choosing whether you want a native header or a website header. So as you probably know, every website has some kind of a header section. Um, so in your own app, you can choose either to have the website's header, or you can choose to build a native header later inside our dashboard. What I would generally recommend is building your own native header in the app, just because it helps with App Store approval. The more native elements you have within the app, the better your chances of approval are. So I'll go back and I'll choose native header. I'd like to keep the title centrally aligned, so this is fine. Um, the last option is whether I want to enable backend forward arrows. So what we're essentially doing with Shastra is rendering your mobile website within our native app interface. So inside any WebView application, which is essentially what every rendered website inside an app looks like, you see those small back and forth arrows. Um, those are part of a traditional WebView, but since we want to give the impression that this is a fully native app, I would keep this option off. It's up to you. If you want to keep it on, you can keep it on. For me, it doesn't look that great, so I'll just keep this off. And I'll click on Create App. Right. Now I have to go through this checklist where I have to do each of these one at a time, but it should take just I think around 5 to 10 minutes. So let's start. The first step is branding. Right. So it's quite straightforward. I need to upload my app logo, the splash screen, stuff like that. It's quite basic. Yeah. So the first step is setting up the header, as I mentioned. Um, so the header should have a title called Back to Basics. You can have a custom title if you want. I'll just leave it as it is. The title alignment should be center, so this is perfect. Now the color. This is where you can essentially copy your website's brand colors here. So I'd like the background to be the same color that the website has. So I'll just check which color is here on this page. Let me see and paste it here. Right. And the text I guess the text can be white because that would look better on a dark green background. Um, there is an option here where it automatically detects the font on your website, so you can choose this option. If you'd like a different font from your website, you can choose from these fonts as well. Um, Ideally, it's better if you just let it detect the font on your website. By the way, we have these limited options here, but we'll be adding more fonts very soon. Another option that we offer for building out your header is adding header icons. So as you can see on the website, there are different icons here, for example, a cart icon or a shop button. So what you can do is add a header icon. You can pick an icon here. So since this is an e-commerce app, what I would like to see is a cart icon so that users can navigate to the cart very easily. So I'll just pick the cart icon here, and you on the right you can see um, the icon appears. You can also enter the URL to which this cart icon would be linked. Since this website is a WooCommerce website, it has a dedicated cart page, which you can just copy and add it here. Um, this option works great if you're working with, let's say, a Shopify website or a WooCommerce website, because the URL structures are similar across all websites. So you can just enter the exact URL here. So this is the only URL icon I want to display here, but you can also go ahead and, for example, add an account icon, for example. So if you want to add an option where users can go to the account page, you can add that here, and you can link it to whatever link users navigate to when they go to profile. So for example, in the case of WooCommerce, the URL is generally my account. Let me just show you. Right, this is the login page. It doesn't look really nice, so that's why I was avoiding this. But if it's your website, you can redesign this page and make it look really nice in case users go there. So I'll just enter this URL. Actually, it looks nice. The card icon and the account icon, so looks good. The splash screen. So this is the page that you see as your app is loading. So whenever you launch your app, the screen appears for like a couple of seconds before the actual app landing page appears. So typically, this is just like a blank screen, but what we can do here is maybe add the same color that we had right here. So we'll just add it here. And by default, the launch screen will display this background color, and on top of that, your app name will appear. So it's little things like that, but it will make your splash screen look very professional. You can also, by the way, add a splash image. So if you don't want the simple color option, you can upload your own splash image. That option is also available. You can also upload a GIF file in case you want an animated launch screen. Completely up to you. And lastly, you can upload your own app icon. So I'll go here. I'll upload my icon, and we're all set. I'll just save these settings. Right. And now on the left, you'll see as soon as you complete this first step, the array of menu options will appear. So now you can just go through each of these one by one. It's fairly straightforward. Um, the first step is setting up the bottom bar. So we are now in the menu builder. So we have configured our header. We've configured our app icon and our splash screen. So now we'll set up the navigation of the app. So this is the bottom bar. As you can see on the right, this is the bottom bar that you can show in the app. You also have the option to completely disable the bottom bar in your app. In my opinion, you should have it because most native apps have a bottom navigation on their app. Plus, it's another native feature you can tag along with the app, so it also increases your chances of App Store approval. So let me start. So you can style this menu as per your preferences. So I'll add the same color back. Um, I'll change the text color to, let's keep it white. And if you can just give me a second, and we're back. The active color, I'll change this to something that's dark gray so users know that this is the active page. Yeah, it doesn't look nice, but okay, I'll just keep it white, no problem. Border color, I'll just keep that white, but actually, let's keep the border color the same as the background color. Right. So this styles the bottom bar. Um, I feel there are too many buttons here, so I just need three buttons to be honest. Yeah, three should be enough. So first is the home button. So this would navigate users back to the home page. I'll keep this as it is. I think this looks okay. Then there is the shop page. Now this page is default in WooCommerce. So if you navigate to back to basics shop, this just defaults to showing all your store's products. So this is like an okay screen to have on your app. So this also looks fine. And then there's the settings page. Now the settings page is not exactly something from your website. It's a native screen that we have designed where any kind of information related to the app will be kept. So anytime you send a notification, that notification would be logged on the settings screen. So, for example, let's say a customer misses a notification that you sent, they can go to the settings page and find that notification there. Actually, a better idea would be to just call that notifications and create a dedicated screen for that. That's a good featured idea. I will implement it later. For now, I'll keep it settings, but in the next release for sure. So I'll just save this for now. The bottom bar looks okay to me. Uh, right. And now let's go to side menu. Okay. Side menu is basically the menu that would appear when you click on this hamburger menu. Um, the procedure is the same. You have to configure the colors, add the buttons. Yeah, you can also add a separate secondary menu where you can add social media links. The process is the same, so I won't bore you with the same step by step, but it should give you enough idea. So I'll move on to the next part. Great. The next part is configuring your app login. So whenever you launch an app, it asks you to log in. Now, the problem specifically we face when converting websites into apps is that the website has its own separate login system. So if your website is built on WordPress, on WooCommerce, on Shopify, on Squarespace or Wix, all of those platforms have their own login system. Even if you have a custom e-commerce website, it's very likely you're using your own custom login system to manage users there. So how do we create a system where we let um, we have an existing website login system as well as a separate system for apps? So the answer is we don't have a separate system, not yet. What we do have are two options. One is no login. So no login means users will just enter the app as they open your website. They won't be prompted to log in at all. The second option is to enable website login. So what this will do is when somebody launches your app for the first time, they would be asked to log in, and the way they would log in is that you would have to enter the same login URL that we entered a while back. So the My Account page that we used would have to be used again. So what we're doing here is that we're relying on your website's login system to basically sync up with the app. So when somebody logs in to your account when they sign up, as you can see, this is how it would look inside the app. Um, that user would sync back to the website as well. So that's the advantage of using website login. Um, at the same time, I do understand the fact that a native login would be much more cooler for mobile apps. So it is something we're working on, and you should expect that soon. So I'll actually keep this option on, and I'll hit save. Right. Now let's move on to push notifications. This is by far the easiest part, and actually, I don't even need to show you anything here. Push notifications are automatically integrated into the apps you create with Shastra. So there's no extra configuration involved. You don't need to go to Firebase. You don't need to do anything. Just come here, enter the title, the message. You can also link a specific link from your website/app, and when users click on that notification, they'll go to that specific page. It's all taken care of. So yeah, currently no devices are registered because this is in fact a new app. So there are no new devices here, but obviously as more users install the app, um, you can send notifications to them directly. We also plan on having far more segmentation when it comes to notifications because we understand that our customers are marketing geeks and they want to really personalize the messaging they have with their customers. So be assured we will have very granular segmentation available to all you marketers who are watching this video. Don't worry. Um, the final step now, and so next we'll arrive on the build and download screen. So let me walk you through this page one by one. So this is the page where you'll actually get the files that you'll upload to the app stores. So for Android, you can generate the APK file and the AAB file. The APK file is something that you install directly on your Android device for testing. Um, the idea is that before you launch your app, you can test it on a real device. Um, and once you feel that everything is good, you can push it to the app stores for submission. The AAB file is the actual file that you submit to the Google Play Store. So the APK is for testing for your sake, and the AAB file is the actual file you submit. Um, for the iOS build, we will generate an IPA file. Currently, we are working on releasing iOS support soon. You can expect that to come out sooner, maybe sometime this month, but we are working on it, and it should be ready. As you can understand, Apple has certain more guidelines when it comes to App Store compliance. So we just want to make sure it's ready before we bring it to you. Right. So how do you generate a build? You just click here, request build, and this basically queues up your build. So this generally takes around 3 to 4 minutes. So you can actually go get a cup of coffee, and the page will basically keep refreshing until your app is actually built. So um, I'll be back soon. And we're back. So as you can see, the build is created. You can download the APK for testing and the AAB file for the Google Play Store. Um, anytime. So let me also explain the fact that when you change something like a menu icon on your system, or a bottom bar, or or a sidebar thing, or you change the color of the header, you don't need to come back and regenerate the build. The only time you need to regenerate your app is when you change your app's name, or if you change your app's icon, which are usually rare events, although they do happen. So when that happens, you need to come here and regenerate your build. Otherwise, you can just let it be. And yeah, that was the walkthrough. I hope this brings you more clarity. And if you have any more questions, if you'd like to understand more about the product, feel free to drop me a message. I'm here to answer all your questions you have. Thanks.